Well, hello, children. My name is Scott Brown, and I'm a missionary working in a land called New Zealand, which is very, very far away. In fact, if you wanted to visit me, you'd have to take one plane, and then another plane, and then another plane. Wow, it would take about 35 hours to come from your house to my house, so I'm really far away. Now, the reason we're in New Zealand is because lots of people are coming from all over the world to see the beauty of this country. We have over 2 million people visiting our island, and it's an island where only about 1 million people live. So twice as many people are coming from around the world as there are people who live there. And these are mostly young people who want to do all kinds of fun things in New Zealand, like bungee jumping, which is kind of jumping off of a high place with a big rubber band. Or some people like to jump out of airplanes and float over the beautiful parts of New Zealand. There's lots of reasons they come. But one main reason they come is to just go hiking, because it's really a beautiful place. So I'm showing you some pictures here of New Zealand. You'll see that there's mountains and there's rivers and there's glaciers, big, huge ice mountains. There's oceans and beaches and waterfalls. It's just a beautiful place. There's even one part where there's a rainforest right next to a glacier, which is an odd thing to see. Now, one of the ways we reach out to people in New Zealand is by having barbecues. Now, you guys probably have barbecues at home. Your mom or dad will cook up some burgers and hot dogs. Well, that's what we do. We do it every week during the summer. We've been doing this for 10 years. This is our way of serving people who are in New Zealand, who are traveling, and telling them about God. So we put up signs that say that there's a free barbecue, and they're invited to come, and they come. We have a big table, and the table has Bibles in different languages because some of the people who come speak different languages than we do. We have books for people who are wondering about God and want to know more about Him. Anyway, it's a lot of fun every week. We serve up the burgers and people start sitting on the ground and just making new friends. Sometimes we'll have people from 5, 10, 15, 20 different countries sitting on the lawn. And after everybody has their burger, I'll stand up and I'll talk a little bit about the Lord, talk about who He is and why we believe in Him and all the wonderful things He has done for us through Jesus. It's neat to see how people listen to this, and some of them have never heard about Jesus before. So it's a wonderful opportunity to share the good news of Jesus with people from all around the world. Now, another reason we're in New Zealand is because lots of Israelis are coming to New Zealand as well. Now, Israelis are people who live from a country called Israel. Now, if you've read the Bible, you've probably noticed that God has a special love for the people from Israel. Now, He doesn't love them any more or less than He loves you, but He has a special purpose for Israel and the people from Israel. What's their purpose? Well, God said in the early chapters of the Bible that He's going to bless all the families of the earth, that includes your family, through the Jewish people. So, for instance, do you have a Bible? Well, you have that Bible because God used Jewish people to write that Bible. And do you love Jesus? Well, Jesus, when He came on the earth, He came as a Jewish man. So, Israel is a very special place because God is using Israel to bless families from all around the earth. So, how do we bless them? Well, in New Zealand, we do it a lot of different ways. First of all, my wife and I live on a campground. We own a campground that's way out in the wilderness. It's a beautiful place. People go fishing there and they pan for gold there, and they just sometimes they just relax. Well, we've had over 2,000 Israelis visit us at this campground. Israelis, mostly these are young people, and when they're staying with us, We feed them, and we talk to them, and we study the Bible with them, and we talk about the Messiah of Israel, Jesus Christ. We also have other places where we let Israelis stay for free. We have one place called the Zola Lodge. I know that's a funny name, but Zola is a Hebrew word, and it means a place where good friends gather together. So the Zulu Lodge is kind of like a motel. It's got beds, it's got a big kitchen where people cook, it's got a dining room, and it's got a big living room, and it's a real comfortable place where the Israeli people can come and just relax. So we have people who work at the Zulu Lodge to share about Jesus with the Israeli guests. We have a special meal every Friday night called the Shabbat, and someone will stand up and talk to them in their own language, which is Hebrew, it's not English. And this person will talk about who Jesus is and why he is so important to the Jewish people and to all people. So the Zulu Lodge is filled with Israeli people all summer long, and actually most of the year. And if you came to our lodge, you'd see people sitting around and having Bible studies and talking about Jesus and talking about God. It's a wonderful place because we're sharing all the time the good news of God's love with Jewish people. We have people who work there from all over the world. Some people are from Denmark or Hong Kong or America or Germany. Lots of people come to help us. Now we also have another place called the Yellow House, and we call it that because it's a yellow house. It's just a big yellow house that can sleep about 25 or 30 people. So this is another place where we invite Jewish people from Israel to stay with us. And again, our staff there, the people who work there, are there to talk about Jesus, to introduce Jewish people to the Lord. Well, it's a great work. We're so excited to be there. Maybe you will remember us in prayer. Maybe one day you can come and visit us. We'd love to see you in New Zealand. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope we get a chance to meet you. God bless you. Bye-bye.